Da 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 da.
Oh, yeah. That is definitely the most famous sound in the world.
It really is. People call it feɪt, knocking at the door.
Mm.
It is heavy, it is loud, and, well, everybody knows it.
Right. You hear it in movies, on the radio, even on cell phone ringtones.
Exactly. But I want you to imagine something today. Imagine writing that famous music, but you are the only person in the room who cannot hear it.
It is just such a crazy thought, Riz.
Right.
A man who built this whole world of beautiful sound, but he lived in total silence.
Yeah, it is amazing. Welcome to today's Deep Dive. Today is March 25th, 2026.
Which means tomorrow is a very big anniversary.
Yes, tomorrow, March 26th, is the anniversary of the death of Ludwig van Beethoven. He passed away in Vienna in 1827.
So that is almost exactly 200 years ago?
Nearly 200 years, yeah. But listen, we are not just doing a boring history lesson today.
No, definitely not.
Our mission today is actually a very happy story. It is a story about staying strong, about beating sadness and finding hope.
And we're going to show you exactly how Beethoven's story can help you right now.
Right. Because you, our listener, are doing something really difficult today. You are learning a new language. You are learning English.
Which is hard. It is really hard.
It is. And Beethoven's secret for dealing with his silence is actually the perfect blueprint for helping you learn English.
I love that connection.
Yeah.
So where do we start?
Well, let us go back to Vienna in the early 1800s. Beethoven was not born deaf, right?
No, not at all. When he was young, his hearing was actually amazing.
Yeah, I read that he had perfect pitch.
It did. He could hear a bird singing outside, and he could instantly play that exact same note on the piano.
Oh, wow, that is pure talent.
Exactly. He was a famous piano player. People just loved to watch his hands move so fast over the keys.
But then, when he was in his late 20s, something really scary started to happen.
Yeah, the ringing started.
The ringing, like a bell.
Kind of. Doctors today call it tinnitus. It is this high, continuous ringing sound in your ears that just never stops.
Oh, that sounds so annoying and frightening.
Very frightening. And after the ringing started, his hearing slowly faded away. First, he could not hear high sounds.
Like women's voices, right? Or the high notes of a violin.
Exactly. They just disappeared. And you have to remember, medicine back then was not very good.
No, I was looking at our sources, and the doctors were just guessing. It was the early 1800s.
Yeah, they had no idea how the ear worked.
They poured warm almond oil into his ears.
Which did nothing.
Right. They even prescribed long baths in freezing cold river water.
Ugh. That just sounds painful and completely useless.
Totally useless. By his 40s, he was basically completely deaf. And you have to think about this, like, well, imagine asking a cook to make a beautiful dinner, but the cook has no tongue.
Right, they cannot taste the food at all.
Exactly. How can a composer write music if he cannot hear the notes?
It feels impossible, and he was really angry and sad about it at first.
Yeah, I found this really sad letter he wrote in 1802. Historians call it the Heiligenstadt Testament.
That is a famous document. Heiligenstadt was a little quiet village he went to for rest.
Yes, and he wrote this letter to his brothers, but he never actually mailed it. He just hid it in his desk for his whole life.
It is a very dark letter.
Extremely dark. He wrote that he felt so embarrassed, like someone next to him would hear a singer far away, and Beethoven heard nothing.
That must have hurt his pride so much.
It did. He even wrote that he wanted to end his life. He felt totally alone.
But he did not give up. That is the miracle.
Right. He decided to live. Why did he change his mind?
In that same letter, he said he could not leave this world until he shared all the art that was living inside him.
Wow. The art was more important than the sadness.
Exactly. He decided to fight. But the big question is, how? How do you write a symphony with dozens of instruments, flutes, drums, strings, when your world is silent?
Yes, please explain this, because it feels like magic.
Well, it is a skill called audiation.
Audiation. That is a big word.
It is. But it is simple to understand. When you read a book quietly to yourself, you kind of hear the words in your head, right?
Oh, yeah. I can hear my own voice reading the story in my mind.
Right. You do not need to speak out loud to understand the words. Beethoven could do that exact same thing, but with big, complex music.
Because he remembered the sounds from when he was young.
Precisely. His brain had a massive library of sound memory. He knew exactly what a violin sounded like playing next to a drum. He heard the whole song inside his brain.
The human brain is just incredible. But he also used a physical trick, right?
Yes, he found a really smart way to feel the music.
I want to talk about this because the science is so cool. It is called bone conduction.
Yes. Tell us how he did it.
Well, sound is really just a vibration. It is a shaking.
Right, like when you hit a drum, the skin of the drum shakes.
Exactly. And that shaking pushes the air. The air goes into your ear, hits your eardrum, and your brain says, oh, that is the sound.
But Beethoven's eardrums were broken. The air could not give his brain the message.
So he skipped the air entirely. He realized sound moves really well through solid things, like wood.
So what did he do?
He got a solid wooden stick. He put one end of the stick inside the piano, right on the strings.
Okay.
And he put the other end of the stick right between his teeth. he bit down on it.
Oh my goodness, that is amazing.
Right. So when he hit the piano keys, the heavy wood of the piano would shake. The shaking went up the stick, into his teeth, through his jawbone, and straight into his skull.
Wow, so his skull bones literally vibrated to send the sound directly to his brain.
Yes, he was hearing the music through his skeleton.
You know, that picture, in my mind, a man biting a wooden stick, leaning over a piano just to feel the music, that is the perfect picture of resilience.
Resilience. Let us define that for our listeners.
Resilience just means staying strong when life is incredibly hard. It is not just surviving, it is finding a brand new way to do something when the old way is broken.
He actually wrote his best music this way. As he got more deaf, his music got bigger and more complicated.
He even asked piano makers to build him louder, heavier pianos.
Yes, with really thick strings.
Yeah.
And he hit the keys so hard trying to feel that vibration that he often broke the piano strings.
People said his piano looked like a total mess of broken wires.
But out of that mess came a masterpiece. I want to talk about his Ninth Symphony.
Oh, the Ninth Symphony. The history of this one is just wild.
He was in his 50s when he wrote it. Totally deaf by then. He had to use little notebooks to talk to his friends.
They would write a question on paper and he would answer. That was his only way to chat.
Right. And he decided to do something nobody had ever done before.
Break the rules of music.
Exactly. Before this, a symphony was only instruments, just the orchestra playing. No singing at all.
But he felt the instruments were not enough to say what he wanted to say, so he added a huge choir of people singing at the very end.
This is the famous Ode to Joy part. Have you looked at the words he chose for the singers?
Yes. They are from a poem by a German writer, Friedrich Schiller.
Schiller, right. And the main message of the poem is so beautiful, says, all men become brothers.
All men become brothers. That is such a happy, positive message.
It is. And think about when he wrote it. Europe had just been fighting massive wars, the Napoleonic Wars. Millions of people died.
People were divided, countries were fighting, there was sadness everywhere.
And Beethoven himself was completely isolated. He lived alone, he was sick a lot, and people said he was very grumpy.
Very grumpy, yeah. But despite all that pain, his message was about love and unity. He wanted the world to be one big family.
It connects to us today, too. I mean, think about the 2008 Olympics.
Oh, right. The theme was One World, One Dream.
Exactly. It is that exact same feeling. It is a bridge that connects everyone. China, Europe, America.
Yeah.
Music brings us together.
And the premiere of the Ninth Symphony, the very first time they played it for a crowd, is a beautiful story.
Oh, it gives me chills. This is in May 1824 in Vienna.
He wanted to conduct the orchestra himself, right?
Yeah.
Even though he could not hear.
Yes. He stood at the front of the stage, waving his arms to lead the musicians. But the musicians actually had a secret rule.
What was the secret rule?
There was another conductor standing on the side of the stage. The musicians were told to watch the other guy, not Beethoven.
Ah, because Beethoven could not hear if they were playing fast or slow.
Right. He was waving his arms to the music in his head, not the music in the room.
So what happened when the song finished?
Well, the music stopped. The crowd went crazy. But Beethoven was still waving his arms. He was still reading the music in his mind.
He did not know it was over.
No. One of the singers had to walk up to him, gently touch his arm, and turn him around so he could look at the audience.
Oh, wow.
And he could not hear them clapping, but he could see them. They were throwing their hats in the air. They were waving white handkerchiefs.
They wanted to make sure he could see the joy he created.
Yes, joy. And it is not an accident that his music makes us feel that way. He used a special trick, kind of a formula.
The Beethoven formula.
Yes. When you listen to his music, it almost always starts out sounding dark, heavy, a little scary.
Like a storm is coming.
Right. It creates tension. Your brain feels that tension and wants it to stop.
And he keeps that dark feeling going for a long time.
He does. But then, right near the end, he changes the music to be very bright and happy. The sun comes out.
And when that happens, your brain actually releases a chemical, right?
Yes, dopamine. It makes you feel incredibly happy, like you just won a huge prize.
So the formula teaches us a really important lesson. The light only feels beautiful because you survived the dark.
The joy is bigger because you struggled first. And this is exactly where I want to talk about you, our listener.
Yes. Let us talk about learning English.
Learning English as an adult is a massive struggle. It is so hard.
It is one of the hardest things a human brain can do.
Sometimes people say that going to a new country and not knowing the language is like being deaf.
But that is not really true, is it?
No, because your ears work fine, you hear the sounds, you just cannot decode them.
Decode. That means understanding what the sounds mean.
Right. Imagine watching an English movie. The actors talk so fast, your ears hear the noise, but your brain just hears one long, blurry sound.
You cannot tell where one word stops and the next word starts.
Exactly. It is so frustrating. You have smart thoughts in your head, but when you try to speak English, a wall goes up. You feel trapped.
That is the exact same frustration Beethoven felt. He had the music inside him, but his main tool for sharing it was broken.
So what did he do? He built new tools. He used a wooden stick. He used his eyes.
And if you are learning English, you have to build new tools too.
Yes. If the words are too fast, look at the speaker's face. Watch their hands. Listen to the feeling in their voice.
You are building new connections in your brain. And if Beethoven was your English teacher today, he would give you 3 big rules.
The Beethoven blueprint for English. I love it. What is rule number 1?
Rule number 1, do not give up. Keep walking the path.
Walk the path. Explain that for us.
Well, think of your brain like a wild, heavy forest. When you start learning English, there is no road. There are just trees and big rocks.
Every new English word is a heavy rock you have to push out of the way.
Exactly. It makes you so tired. But if you walk through that forest every single day, you start to make a little dirt path.
And if you keep walking, the path becomes a big, fast highway.
Yes, but highways take time to build. You cannot build it in one day.
Right. Beethoven worked every single morning. He did not wait for magic. He just did the hard work.
So, if you have a bad day with English, if you feel confused, do not panic, do not stop, just rest and try again tomorrow. Consistency is everything.
That is great advice.
Okay.
What is rule number 2?
Rule number 2, focus on the beauty, not just the rules.
Not just the rules, like grammar rules.
Exactly. A lot of adult learners get obsessed with grammar. They want to be perfect.
They treat English like a math problem. Subject plus verb plus object.
Right. But language is not math. Language is music. It has rhythm. It goes up and down.
Linguists call this prosody. It is the music of the words.
Yes. When you worry too much about making a grammar mistake, your brain actually gets scared. It builds a wall and you stop learning.
So how do we fix that?
Listen to English like it is a song. Watch a video and just listen to the melody of the speaker's voice. Feel the rhythm. If you learn the rhythm, the words will stick in your memory much faster.
So find the music in the language.
Yeah.
I love that. And rule number 3.
Rule number 3 is probably the hardest. Be brave and embrace the mess.
Embrace the mess. That means it is okay to be messy.
Yes. People think famous artists just sit down and write perfect art on the first try.
I mean, Mozart did that, right?
Yes, Mozart was an exception. His papers were perfectly clean, but Beethoven, oh, his papers were a complete disaster.
A disaster, really.
Yes. He would write a little bit, hate it, and scratch it out so hard with his pen that he ripped holes in the paper.
Oh, wow. He made a ton of mistakes.
Constantly. He would try again and again. He was not afraid of making a mess.
And English learners are terrified of making a mess.
Exactly. They're so scared to speak because they might say the wrong word or sound silly.
But you have to make mistakes to learn. You have to open your mouth and make the sound.
You have to feel the English words vibrating in your own throat, just like Beethoven felt the piano in his jaw.
You cannot just listen. You must speak, even if it sounds messy at first.
Remember what he said in his letter? I will take fate by the throat.
Yes, he meant he was going to fight back. He was going to be the boss of his own life.
And you need to be the boss of your English learning. Take English by the throat.
Decide to practice today. Decide to speak to a stranger. Do not let fear win.
Every time you try to read a hard sentence, you are proving that your brain is incredibly strong.
Learning English builds amazing mental strength. Just look at what Beethoven achieved. He left us 722 pieces of music.
722. And mostly written when he could not hear a single note.
It just shows you what a human being can really do. He always believed that music could change the world.
He wanted his art to make people kinder.
And his method can change your life today. Before we finish our deep dive, we have a little piece of homework for you.
Yes, a very simple, very nice task.
We want you to combine Beethoven's music with your English practice.
Sometime today, open up the internet and search for a piano song by Beethoven. Look for a song called feɪt or the Moonlight Sonata.
Both are so beautiful and very easy to find.
Put on your headphones, close your eyes, and listen for just 5 minutes. Do nothing else, just listen to the rhythm.
But here is the English practice part. While you listen, notice how the music makes you feel inside.
And try to use an English word to name that feeling. Say it out loud.
Yes. If the music makes you smile, say the word happy. If it feels big and heavy, say strong.
If the slow parts make you relax, whisper the word peaceful.
If the fast notes wake you up, say energetic.
Happy, strong, peaceful, energetic.
By doing this, you are connecting the English word directly to a feeling in your heart. You are not just translating a dictionary. You are really feeling the language.
Music and language are the best tools we have to connect with other people. They both take practice. They both require bravery.
So please, take 5 minutes for yourself today. Walk the path in the forest. Make some mistakes.
And as you keep studying English, we want to leave you with one final thought.
Yes, a big question to think about today.
Remember that even when learning feels impossible or your world feels quiet and lonely, you always have a song inside you.
Just waiting to come out.
If Beethoven could pull the world's most joyful, beautiful music out of absolute silence, what amazing things can you create out of your own struggles?
That is so inspiring. You're stronger than you think. So the next time you feel stuck with English, the next time you hear fate knocking, do you.
Do not hide. Open the door. Be brave and answer with joy.